Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Williams, and I'm so happy to be in your presence this evening over the phone and also via webinar. Now, real quick, I want to get into a couple of announcements that we do have on what's going on around my econ and around the nation. Now, the first one I do want to let you know, on October the 10th, over the weekend, there will be a cash flow summit down in Houston, Texas. Mr. Stokes and a host of other top leaders will be in the area, so you definitely want to make sure that you are there, because it's going to be very, very powerful. We had one in Little Rock about a little over a week ago now, and it was very, very powerful. And trust me, it's worth it. So also we do have on October the 16th through the 18th over in Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Brian Bean, also the founder of Extra Digit Movement, will be hosting Game Changer. Game Changer is a wonderful event, and you definitely do not want to miss that event either, especially if you're in that area. But of course, you get to be around a whole lot of people from all over the nation, learning together, crying together, and having fun together. And those are the announcements for this evening. For more on these different things, you can actually check out your back office in your website on your My Econ website, so that you can see what's going on in your area. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, my name is Ryan Williams. I am an EVP in My Econ. I'm so proud to say that, because I'm a part of a great company. Now, real quick, I want to talk about what we do in My Econ. Now, why My Econ and why now? Well, I can tell you right off the bat that out of 320 million Americans, 95% of them are financially stressed. That's a lot of people. 95% out of 320? Yes, quite a bit. Now, real quick, My Econ is a fast-growing, debt-free, technology-driven company. Now, we say debt-free because the owners that created this company actually used their own money to start the business. So instead of going out to get loans and having to pay somebody and pay interest on it, they don't have to do that because they owe no one. We're technology-driven because we're online. That means we can do business in all 50 states. Technology is wonderful. Now, we do have a veteran leadership team with well over 100 years of experience. They are really a support group, and they help us a lot in finances, marketing, and, of course, in business. And, of course, our mission statement is to empower people to attain personal financial success. Now, we all must understand, living in America, we live in what's called a capitalistic society. Well, what is capitalism? Well, capitalism is when companies take advantage of our lack of knowledge. For example, tonight you called in on an iPhone, Android, or you're on a computer. Now, if we knew how to make any of those devices, we probably wouldn't be on this call right now. We'll probably be out having some fun or being on the beach doing whatever we pretty much want. Now, because we do live in a capitalistic society, we do have two objectives. That first objective is to maintain our current lifestyle. Well, what does that mean? That means you still want to go out to eat, have fun, go on vacation, take care of the kids, making sure the bills are paid, and things like that. Now, that brings us to our second objective, which is retirement. Now, did you know the federal government tells us that we need at least 12 times the amount we make now to support us in retirement? So what does that mean? Somebody making $50,000 now needs well over $500,000 to support them when they're retired. Now, that's a whole lot of money. And a big problem happening right now in America is that people are living under the 40-40-40 rule. So what is the 40-40-40 rule? That's when you work 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire for 40% of your income. Now, I don't know about you, but I know myself, I would not be comfortable living off of 40% of my income. And I don't think you should be either. Now, with that, My Econ actually wants you to say how much money that you need to maintain your current lifestyle and how much money you want to be able to support you when you retire. Now, because we do have those two objectives, we do have 4 challenges. Now, that first challenge is called inflation. Now, what is inflation? Inflation is the constant rise of goods and services around us, but yet our income flatlines and stays the same. For example, back in the 1970s, a gallon of milk was about $1.50 a gallon, give or take. That same gallon of milk is going to cost you $4 or $5 now. That's inflation, also known as the silent income killer. Now, of course, we have our second challenge, which is taxes. Well, would you know that the average American between the ages of 18 and 60 years old will make or already has made over $1 million? And you probably ask me where that money goes. I'm sure you are. Now, I can tell you now that first third goes to taxes. That's the first thing that comes out of your paycheck before you even see your paycheck. So then, because we overpay in taxes, we end up with our second third gone. And that's because we lose that to debt, because we had to go out and make up for everything that we lost. So we go out so that we can live the lifestyle and go get debt. So now that leaves us with our last third. That last third is what we're forced to live off of. And unfortunately, a lot of Americans don't know where that money goes. Now, that brings us to our third challenge. Our third challenge is debt. Now, we talk about debt so much these days that it's not uncommon to talk about it. Now, did you know the average American between the ages of 18 and 30 years old will end up with about $200,000 worth of debt? Okay, you want to know how, right? Okay, think about this. When you get out of high school, you go to college. Once you get to college, you see the credit card companies because you think it's free money, and we end up getting credit cards. Then we don't want to walk around campus. We want to be able to drive, so we're going to go get a car loan. So next, we decide, well, I graduated after my 4 or 8 years being in college. Now I want to go ahead and get me a house. So now you have created another debt, which is a home loan or a mortgage. Now, our fourth challenge is the lack of financial education. If we knew what to do with our money, these other three challenges wouldn't be a problem. So because we don't know, we end up being broke or not having enough. For example, did you know that the lottery players between 3 to 5 years are broke after winning the lottery? Only because they did not have the strategy. But one powerful thing that I do want you to know is that we are in my econ. And my econ has 3 solutions to be able to defeat those 4 challenges so that we can reach our 2 objectives. That first one is by minimizing or lowering our taxes. Now, how do we do that? Well, what we do is we show you how to go back and look at your W-4. 80% of Americans actually have their W-4 filled out wrong. So we show you how to put it on right and make sure everything is right so that you can bring back $200 to $800 back in your home. That's powerful, very powerful. But next, we bring it to our second strategy. Our second strategy is eliminating debt or getting rid of it faster. So how do we do that? Well, that same money that you got back from taxes, you want to definitely make sure that you go out and you start to pay off debt. Because what this does, instead of using that money to go buy a purse or some shoes, you go pay off another debt. That's going to increase your cash flow into your home. Next, that brings us to our third strategy, which is investment education. Now, investment education is very, 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 very powerful and very, very, very important. Because you have lowered your taxes and you have more income coming in, and now you've increased your cash flow because you have less debt, now we teach you how to make smarter investments because it will build you wealth over time. It's very important that we make the right decisions when it comes to our money. And my econ has the 3 solutions or the strategy to show us how to do so. So if you're on this call tonight and you were invited by any of your friends or whoever invited you on here, please get back with them because it's time to make a change. It's time for you to make a change. We all need this change. Americans need this because Americans need help. It is proven over and over again that people fall to debt every day, even when you're not even looking. It happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do in my econ. Now, next, I want to bring up a young gentleman. Now, very, very powerful story behind this young man, but I won't really go too deep in the story. But I do want to say this. He is the founder of the One More movement. He's a very incredible young man. He's a really, really good friend as well. Now, he has made a movement or created a movement that has moved a lot of people and helped a lot of people and changed all these lives. I like to call him Mr. One More because he is. And, of course, I will tell you this, though. He loves to have fun, but he loves helping people. He knows all the facts, and, of course, I can tell you this right here. He's very serious about his money. He has reached a status in the company that goes by EVP Gold. I call it the Golden Executive Vice President. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Kevin Young. Kevin, are you there?
I sure am, Ron. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Ron, great job on what you do. And the One More movement was created by everyone that's on this line tonight because it would be nothing without people. So with that being said, Ron, I'm just excited about your leadership. And I'm actually showing tonight something that you created. And we're going to get to it a little bit later. But I just want to thank you for all the things that you do. Appreciate it a lot.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right. So tonight's call, I just want to thank everyone for being on, because the best investment that you can make is in yourself. Tonight's call, if you're on our webinar, is going to be over something that was created by Ryan Williams and Nargis Croft and a team of people. We'll get to that in just a second, but it's the One More newsletter. See, here's the thing. We are now in the 21st century, as we all know, but most things are done online. And so the purpose of this newsletter is for two reasons. The first reason is so you can stay connected. I'm going to show you that in a minute on how to stay connected. The second reason for this newsletter is so you can send people to it, because people love being part of groups. You're not going to get around that. That's not going to change. Society was built on people grouping together to make changes. And so in order for you to really, really show people what we do, you're definitely going to have to get them connected to a group. And so this newsletter, a Blogspot, is for you to use. You can send it to your family and friends. You can send it to people on social media. You can send it to anyone you need, because it's going to help you peak more people, build your business, but most importantly, it's going to help you be able to stay connected. And so I'm going to give a quick tour tonight over how the blog or the newsletter is set up, and then I'm going to bring Ron back on to go over what inspired him to create this newsletter. And so let me just go over real quick. As you'll see at the very top, if you look at the webinar, you're going to see a huge picture of the people that's part of the One More movement. Now, the One More movement is a group of people. It's not just one person. It's a group of people to help other people achieve financial success. And so as you scroll down on this blog spot, you're going to see where it gives, a description of who we are, what we do, but what's most important is that to the far left, it showcases people who created the blog. And so we have Ryan Williams, we have Vernon Wiley, who's a photographer, we have Charlotte Fletcher, who's a writer who writes for the blog. We have Miss Tiffany Perry, who also writes for the blog. We have a group of people who does this, Jacqueline, as well, who created this so that we can use this as a team together. Now, there's a lot of cool things that's in addition to these words that I'm going to show you tonight, and I want you to really pay attention to it. And so you're able to stay connected. In addition to that, you can see the upcoming events. It's to the far left if you look over here. The upcoming conference, we just had the Cash Flow Summit, which was this past month. We also have people, testimonies of people who's part of the One More movement and My Econ. You have testimonies, so you can send people here to see testimonies. And then, this is so cool. This next part is so cool. You're able to connect people to our social media sites. So let me tell you why this is important. Let's say you got someone new in the business, and by them being in part of My Econ, you want to get them connected to a higher power. So you can go directly over here to each one of these links, and we're going to go over them, and you can connect them to the community. So let me just show you our Facebook community real quick. So once I click on the Facebook icon, it's going to take me right to our Facebook group. It's a closed secret group, and you cannot get in unless you're part of My Econ. Inside of this group, we're able to update you on events. We're able to give you financial tools that you can use. We're able to do all these things to keep you connected, and it just goes from there. And so this is where we pretty much post things that we're doing in the community, and we post things that's going on across the nation within My Econ and here locally on a local perspective as well. But let me go over this next thing, because this is very, very important as well. Probably one of the most important things we have, because it's a video file, and it's called our Google Plus community. So now we have up under the Facebook group, we have our Google Plus community. And let me show you why this is important, because once you click on this Google Plus community, let me get back to it. Let me go back to it again. Kick me out. Here we go. There we go. All right. And it's, for those that's on the line, it is the onemore.blogspot.com. Write that down. Go check it out. It's the onemore.blogspot.com. And I got something coming up that's going to be real, that you're going to enjoy a lot. It's some investment accounts that's on here as well that Mr. Charles Thomas taught us about, and it's going to help you be able to get more people into your business and also help you give people good information. So let me get back to the Blogspot and show you the Google Plus community. Now, this is very, very important because when you get inside this community, you're able to have people start watching training videos. Now, you do have training videos on your MyEcon site, but these training videos is going to help people learn how to build their business as well as be able to train the people you get part of your team. So let me go here now. So you click on the one more Google Plus community. And it takes you to the community that Nargis created, and it's a video community. So you have all the posts and stuff here too, but what's very, very important, and let me just show you this real quick. If you need to train over, let's say, the W-4, Avi does a real good job in your back office doing it, but we know right now that sometimes the video does not show, depending on what kind of device you have. And so inside this community, you're able to go to the different trainings. We have investment training on here. We have W-4 training. We have tax training. Let me just go to tax training real quick so you can see it. So let me go here to tax training, and it's going to pull up all the videos going over about taxes that we've done at conferences. So this one right here shows Keisha doing basic tax deduction. We also have another one that was done by Vakisa that talked about tax shelters. See, these things are important because now you're training your people on not what pretty much MyEcon says, but what the government says. We have one that talks about W-4 training. So it's a whole video library for you to use to work with you and your team, and anyone that you want to get to that, they can connect to it immediately by clicking on that tab on the side. That just shows you the Google Plus tab. And what it's going to do is going to bring you to a page that looks like this. Once you click on that tab, and it says join this community, and you click on ask to join. And someone from our team will get you added immediately as soon as you get someone started as part of MyEcon. So we're making this easy for everyone. Anyone can come on here and use this, anyone. So let's keep going. We have some more inspiration here that was done by Jacqueline. And this is going to be updated, I think, every month, every 2 or 3 months. So I'm going to get Ron back online and talk about it. But it has some inspiration on there. And then we go down a little bit further, and you can connect to our GroupMe. Now, the power of GroupMe is that you're sending or you're joining a community of positive people. And being around positive people is very important because here's the thing. There's going to be times in your life and in society where you might get in the habit of doing this, and I got in the habit of doing this either. We invested so much, and we've done everything for everybody, but we didn't invest anything in ourselves. And so I say it to say this. To be around a group of positive people can change your energy just like that. I was talking to a young man last night when we done an event in Little Rock. We do Tuesday trainings. And he said, man, before I came to this, I was tired. My day went bad. Everything went bad for me. But by simply looking at GroupMe and coming to this meeting today, it completely changed my day. And so if you're around a bunch of negative people right now, I highly recommend that you change your circle and you get around some positive people because that can definitely change your life. And so let me keep going down so you can see everything. Next, we have the Cash Flow Happy site. Very, very powerful site. You can send people here to get a full presentation. If you haven't seen Cash Flow Happy before, it's going to give them a full presentation on what we do on MyEcon. So let me show you this real quick. So this is the first thing people see on Cash Flow Happy. For all those that's listening, it's cashflowhappy.com. And the first video they see is this quick 2-minute video that talks about taxes. Now let me show you this other part that's pretty cool about Cash Flow Happy as well, is that if someone needed a full presentation, you click on Success Factor, and it gives them a full presentation in 10 minutes. So if we've signed up tons of people using this Cash Flow Happy site by simply giving them something quick. And let's say, for instance, someone needs more information after the 10 minutes. You click on the Rock Rate Cash Flow tab, and it does a whole presentation over the banking secret, or as we know it, the Rule of 72, which tells you how the bank is pretty much not stealing your money, but taking your money, investing it, and getting higher returns and giving you pennies on the dollar. So this is a very, very powerful site for you to use, and you can get to the site from the One More Blogspot. Let me get to it again, .com. So this is a powerful tool for you to use for not only for your business, but also so that you can tell people about what you do inside of your business. Now I'm going to go back to this again because now I'm going to show you some more cool stuff that's on here. It's really cool. I enjoy this. I enjoy this a lot. So let me keep on going. Okay. So now that we went through all of the tools you have on the far left, it also, now this is another powerful tool as well. You get all of the conference calls. If you miss a conference call, it's going to be right here. Now let me show you this. It's like an archive of conference calls, and you no longer have to call into a number to get them anymore. Ms. Croft, Nargis Croft, created to where you can click play, and it plays the whole conference call for you. So you click on that, and right here you click on this conference call. It's going to play it. It has 8:19 when we had Corey Walker on. So it's playing a call right now. It has all of our calls. When we get finished with this call tonight, you have even more, and so it's like a slideshow. So what you do is, you see this page I'm looking at now, you click on the next slide, and you have the other recordings. And you click on the next slide again, and you have the other recordings. So now you can do everything from your phone or from anywhere you want to do it, and it's all the recordings in one place. And you just click on the slides. This one was from last week on 9/23 when we done it last week. I think we had Ivy on last week. Or that was the week before last we had Ivy on. But now you have access to all the conference calls. So you don't have to worry about, saying, well, was there a recording? Is there a replay? Just go to this, and you can hear the replay, the full replay, with no problem. Let me get back to the main page real quick, and then I'm going to show you the rest of this newsletter. And then I want you all to see this last feature that's really, really, really powerful that's going to help you grow your business. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so that was a conference call. That's all the tools you have. And then if you look right here in the middle of this page, it tells you the calendar that we have coming up. It tells you the trainings we have. So this is the weekly calendar. It's going to show you the trainings you have in your local area. Like we'll be in Houston here soon. It's going to update with that. And then it's going to go over some more information on what you need to pretty much stay connected. So now let me show you this real quick. This next section is going to go over, give you some financial advice from financial advisors and CPAs, things like that. This month we're just highlighting investing. And so this is directly from Mr. Charles Thomas. As you know, he does a great job keeping us updated on the different investment accounts that's out there available, the mutual funds. And so I'm just going to go over a few real quick. This is the Janus Global Life Sciences Fund. Now, this has done 18% year to date. And over the last 10 years, this is an investment account, it has done 15%. So that's powerful in itself. When you go and sit in front of your financial advisor, and you ask them to give you 10% or higher, and they say, well, I don't know if I can do that or not. We have here in my econ and in the One More movement, and we have people who know the right information and can get it to you. Now, for some people, like, well, that's just one fund. Well, this is the Fidelity Biotechnology Fund. It closed here recently, but let me just tell you this. For the past 10 years, it averaged 19%. Let me go to another one. And this one is open right now. This is the Fidelity Healthcare Portfolio Fund. For the past 10 years, it's averaged 15%. So we have everything you need to be successful financially, but you just have to stay connected. Because if you're not on this conference call tonight, on this webinar, you would not have seen this. We have one more, actually two more. This is the Prudential Genesis Health Sciences Fund. For the past 10 years, it's averaged 18%. So when people tell you that it's not possible to get these type of returns, you can tell them, well, I'm part of an organization, and I can take you to it. We can go to Morningstar.com. You want to write this down, Morningstar.com, and I can show you the funds that's getting 10% or higher. And so that's also on this blog, the newsletter that's going to get released. And then finally, at the very bottom, we have a lot of pictures from people that's part of the movement from different towns. This was in Memphis. That's the Memphis team. Then we have another team here in Arkadelphia. That's the Arkadelphia team. We just met with them tonight. We have Mr. Charles Thomas himself, who is a lot of people, our mentor. Very, very, very passionate about what he does. Very happy to have him part of our organization. Then we have, we go bowling. So it shows that family environment, and it's real, real welcoming. So people can see that there's a human side to what we do, and we're just not all about making money. We're about changing people's lives. And so at this point, I actually want to bring back on Mr. Ryan Williams, because he was actually the one to lead this entire project. I want to thank him so much, because here's the thing about a leader. A leader knows how to turn someone's potential into progress, which will help them achieve their purpose in life. A leader knows how to turn someone's potential into progress, which will help them achieve their purpose in life. And that's exactly what Ryan Williams is. Ryan, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can, Ryan. And, I just want to say thank you for all the work you put into this. I want to thank the team that you have that put this together, because, man, without this, it would take us a lot to stay connected. And you, Nargis, all the writers, and everyone up top that put this thing together, you really, really, really made this easy so that we all can stay connected. But my question to you is, Ryan, what inspired you to do this?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, I can tell you this much right here. About a year ago, last August, I was in Atlanta. I think I was with you. We had a special trip to take, and I just had it was just like a thought. And then all of a sudden I went to sleep on it and woke up, and it still was there. So I was like, what's a way that I can keep people connected, but also have a little fun with it, but yet show everything that we're doing in one place?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to thinking about it, and I said, you know what? Somebody needs to do a newsletter of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So then I sat back and I really thought about it. I said, well, how about I just go ahead and do it? So, I went ahead and decided to do it, and that's where it all came from.
And Ryan, you said stay connected, and I want to really, really put a focus on this, because there's a lot of people who stay connected to the wrong people, but they expect right results. And so they wonder, why is stuff still happening? Why is stuff still going wrong? It's because you connected to the wrong people. And so by you saying that connection is very important for you to connect yourself to the right people so you can get right results. And so with that, Ryan, how did you get that team together? How did you put the team together to be able to connect them to do the photography, to do the writing? How did you connect this team?
Well, basically what I did was I just threw out a free invitation on GroupMe, and I said, hey, and also on the One More Facebook page, and I said, hey, is there anyone that would like to write or likes to write or whatever? And then once those people told me they wanted to do it, then I gave them in depth of what they were going to do. And a lot of them said, okay, well, that's something that sounds really, really cool. And I told them, I said, what you're about to be a part of is going to be really big. And I don't think they knew the magnitude of what was actually going to happen. So
exactly.
I just want to give a shout out to all of them for sticking with me and seeing the results of what they see now.
Great. You put a great team together, and we are all very grateful for them. I got another quick question. So when does this newsletter get updated? How often is it updated?
It will be updated no later than next week. Kind of got behind just a little bit. It was supposed to be done by the end of this month, but we're going to make sure it's done by next week. Have a few other things that we want to add, but it's going to be updated no later than every month. We want to make sure that we stay up to date with what's going on, because old information is not always good information.
Exactly. So once you get an update, will people still have access to the information that's on here already, or will it be new?
People will still have access to the old information, so they will be able to see this newsletter and then the new newsletter that comes out as well.
Okay.
So most definitely.
Great. Ryan, thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate it. Sometimes, and this is what I learned this from my mentors, that you have to become so busy that you no longer worry about other people's business. And so I can tell that you all are very busy at what you do with this newsletter, so I know that y'all don't have time to worry about other people's business. So, Ryan, just thank you for everything you do. and thank you for putting that team together. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. And so with that, I have nothing else for tonight. We definitely are very happy with the result. If you have any questions about the newsletter, you can post on GroupMe and talk to some of the creators of it. Ryan, I think the other people at the top was on there. If you have any questions, or if you just want to, become part of the team that can contribute to it. I know we have a lot of great writers out there. We have people who are published authors that can add more value to what we do, because we believe in working together as a team, because when you divide the work amongst each other, it doesn't feel so hard for one person to do it. And so we definitely believe in that. And so if you want to become part of this newsletter team, or be a photographer or use your talent, we're definitely looking for it, and we believe in pouring it to you. And so based on that, tonight, just want to say this real quick, because this was on my mind, and this is something that I had to work on. It's about habits. So you want to probably write this down or listen very closely. Habits start at home, so change your home, and your habits will change. Habits start at home, so change your home, and your habits will change. So with that being said, it's been a great night with you all. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, Ron, the team, everyone that puts these calls together every single Wednesday. If you want to get any additional training, I definitely want to post it on GroupMe or post it on our social media site. If you want to do the 243 or you want additional training on how to build your business, you can definitely let us know and reach out to us, and we'll help you with that. With that being said, Sunday night, I want to say it again, Sunday night, we will start, Mr. Thomas is going to start back doing the Real Talk Money series. The last one we did was so powerful. People asking for recordings all across the nation. It's the Real Talk Money series. If you want to talk real about your money or know the real things that's going on with your money, I would definitely want to listen to a 30-year financial advisor, Mr. Charles Thomas, on Sunday nights, the leadership calls. You want to join in, and you want to get your people on. I want to thank each of you all for joining in tonight, because the best investment you can make is in yourself, and we will see each of you all on the other side of success. Have a great night.